What's up? How's it going, everybody? I think I need to get my tripod, actually. What's up, man? Can you wait 1 second? I gotta grab my tripod. 1 minute. Yeah, I gotta grab something. What is up, people? How's it going? Oh wow, we got 7 people in here. What's up, guys? What's up, Vincent? How's it going? I'm gonna set up a tripod here. It's kind of janky. Got this at Best Buy for like 20 bucks, but it came with some cool stuff. Oh boy. I'm a noob, sorry. So who's all here? What's ups? How do I scroll up here? No. Hassan Ahmad, what's up? Vincent? I just want to talk to you guys before I start shooting my video for the vlog today, just to get some feedback on what you guys think's going on with the stock market, because I thought it was going to be well, like it started the day out really good, and then I just got pwned hard today. And today wasn't even as bad as last week, but I got completely destroyed in a couple days. Been watching you for a while. I'm doing options trading, really enjoying it. What's your thought on crypto? And what effect do you think it'll have in the economy? Yeah, I think crypto, honestly, like, here's the thing. With the only danger with crypto, I think, is hacking, right? Like, if hackers can get your money, it's not like they can, they can get your money now, but if you have cash, hackers can't take the cash physically out of your hands. So really the main danger with just only having digital currency is if you get hacked, you lose all your money, because there really is no other way to have your money than digitally. So I think that's a lot of people's concern with crypto is my money going to be safe? Who can, there's no insurance on it. Like, with the bank, the FDIC, usually like a checking account, you're insured for like 150 grand. So if they lose your money, somehow it gets stolen, you can get that money back. The government will give you that money back. But with crypto, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but if someone steals your money, like, you're just screwed. Like, you just have no way of getting it back. I think that's one of the main reasons people are kind of hesitant with it. However, if the blockchain technology is secure and solid, which I think it is, and there's like virtually no risk of getting hacked, then I think cryptocurrency should be the future, because it's just easier. Blockchain is easier to, like, it's line by line, it's safer, it's more transparent, it's easier to keep track of things, I think. And I like it in that regard. I just don't know if people will be keen on starting with it just because of, yeah. Yeah, what's going on with AMD? I haven't been keeping up with the news with them. I think I have one call with AMD, which is, you know, AMD is so cheap, my call is worth like nothing. Yeah, I got Square and Micron. I'm holding on, like, and here's what I want to ask you guys. Do you think we're in a recession, or do you think we will be anytime soon? I personally don't think so. That's why I'm kind of just taking this hit, and although I am considering changing strategies. In fact, I was going to title this video, "Should I Adopt a New Strategy?" Because, yeah, I got hit really bad. Really, really bad last week. Last Wednesday was my worst day of the year. And, yeah, and today was not that good either. Yeah, in fact, Michael, I'm planning on moving my investments like as soon as next month, just because after this last week, it's getting a little stressful. Like, I've had bad days before, but last Wednesday I lost like 30 grand in one day, and that was just shitty. And then I lost like 12 today. So, I did hear they say like December is usually kind of a slow month, and then it picks up like that last week. And so I was gonna check my stats from last year to see what happened last December, because I wrote my balances down every day last year as well, and I do think December was kind of slow, but I don't know, I don't remember. Oh, about the taxes, yeah, I thought the tax being passed on Saturday would be a good thing for companies, but then I saw today that the tech sector would probably benefit the least amount from the new taxes, just because they're already paying lower taxes than most other sectors. And so really, like the banking stocks and industrials and manufacturing, they would benefit a lot more with the new taxes, the new tax plan. Yeah, dude, JP Morgan always are shorting Tesla. Like, I don't think JP Morgan has ever really liked them. I don't know for what reason why, but yeah. But yeah, Michael Redberger, what's up? I'm definitely going to be splitting up my, I think as soon as next year, I'm going to be going, I'm no longer going to be doing 100% options. I might be doing like 80% maybe if I still think the market is good. How do I deal with the loss? I mean, so I lost $30,000 on last Wednesday, and I think it'd be a lot worse if I wasn't up for the year. If I was down and I lost another 30, I probably would have already sold everything and put it back into stocks. But even after that $30,000 loss on Wednesday, like I was still up like 300% for the year, somewhere around there, which is really good. But then this week I dropped like a little bit more, so I'm still up like over 200, maybe 250, 280% ish. So all in all, like still doing well, but I just don't know. That's why I want to talk to you guys. Like, what do you think? Do you think we're just in a slow month, or what do you guys think? Like, do you think it's a correction that's going to just keep coming down, or do you think it's just a correction that might last for a week and then people are going to jump on it and then buy it up again? Like, what are your thoughts? I want to get your guys' input. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I'll take all the luck I can get, dude. Seriously, I'll take luck over skill every day of the week. Next year, I'm going to buy options when it hits a low. Tesla's going to explode. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Tesla, it's so risky with Tesla. Like, I want them to succeed. It's just tough. Wait 1 second. I'm hearing some noise. I'm gonna try to stop this 1 second. In fact, I'm gonna show you a book I'm reading right now. Sorry. So I got this book that my aunt sent me for my birthday. I'm reading this book right now. It's called Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future. It's basically like a biography, and I just got it like on Thursday. It came in the mail. I'm already on chapter 5. It's a really, really good book. And dude, like, just from reading this book, like, this dude does not give up, like, ever. Just based on like friends telling stories of how he was as a kid, as a young adult. Anything he does, he doesn't give up, period. Like, he just doesn't quit. And that's the reason I think Tesla will still be okay. Just because he finds a way to solve the problem somehow, some way he figures it out. And I think they could even go up as soon as next year. If Elon can come out and say, hey, guess what? Model 3 production is way better now. We're getting them out. We're not having hardly any issues. I think the stock will go right back up to 400. I think it will, but it really depends. There's a lot of big ifs with Tesla. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, if they can fix their stuff sooner, it'll go up. But I think by 2020, Vincent, I think you're right. Like, definitely by 2020, I think they're going to be. Hopefully, they'll have everything down. I feel like they'll figure shit out and like just get stuff going. Hopefully they can do it next year though, because yeah, I might consider maybe not buying so many calls with them, or I don't know. I still want them to go up. They had a great year this year, considering they were what, like below 200 at one point like really early on this year. Okay, so Hassan, you think it's slowing down? You think like the market's slowing down, but do you think it'll pick up like next month, for example? As long as it picks up eventually, hopefully it should recoup a lot of these losses. I just don't want it to take like a year to come back. But if it comes back in the next couple months, I think I'll be fine. I think everyone who's investing should be okay. Yeah, Tesla will succeed. It'll take longer than people think. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, who knows? Tesla's ahead of its time. I agree. I was actually thinking about that today. I do think they're ahead of its time. But I think people are starting to become more comfortable. Like, he's pushing the self-driving cars, and a lot of people... In fact, did you guys hear about Chrysler? Someone's partnering up with like Uber or something to do like fully autonomous Uber cars. I don't know if they're Ubers or Lyfts or what, but like a taxi service basically. There's like going to be a small handful of cars. Literally no one's going to be in the car, and they're starting this like now. I forget when they're starting it, but it's like really, really soon. If it's not now, it'll be like within the next month or so. They're already testing self-driving taxis with no one in the driver's seat, and some people are going to be testing it out. So I feel like if it wasn't for Elon pushing that, I don't feel like we'd be where we are now with self-driving cars if it wasn't for him. Andrew Ferguson, what's going on? I think it might adjust after the tax bill gets done. Big institutions start taking profits. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys heard, but Donald Trump said, because before it was like Donald Trump was like, no, 20%, that's the deal. That's the line in the sand. And then today he said, we're going to lower it to 20%. He said, by the time it gets out, it might be 22%. He said, but we'll see. So I think Donald Trump is starting to entertain the idea of raising it a little bit from 20 to 22, which I think a lot of senators will be happy about, because that'll decrease the deficit the deficit that will happen, because they'll be getting more revenue. But so I'm hoping Donald Trump is like going to work a little bit more with them to say, okay, maybe we can compromise. It's not much of a compromise because he wants to go from 35 to 20. Coming up to 22 is not much of a compromise, but it's still better than saying like no. Ginga 2122, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Late next year for sure, a possibility. Late next year what, Vincent? For Tesla to come back? Is that what you meant? Yeah, it's a big if, yeah. Money container. What is a stock? Well, a stock is just like a stock is like basically like a little, I don't know how you want to describe it, but it's like you own part of a company. If you own stock in a company, you literally own part of that company. Oh, thanks. Yeah. My brother-in-law gave this to me because he didn't want it anymore, so I was like, sure, I'll take it. The best thing for Tesla is to sell it, focus on Mars. You mean to sell the actual company, Tesla? I mean, yeah, I agree that he should focus more on one thing, but I think he's got teams for that. Like, that's why he's able to multitask so well. It's because he's got like all this stuff going on, but he has teams dedicated to each thing. So he doesn't really have to always do everything by himself. He can kind of pass that on to his teams. Where should I go to learn about stocks? Ginga, depending on where you live, literally what I did to learn about stocks was I opened up an account and I just asked a bunch of questions like, okay, how do I do this? How do I buy a stock? And then I just kind of learned as I went. And if I ever had a question, I would just Google it. Like, what is the bid and ask price? I Googled it. Or I actually asked the people at Scottrade, what is the difference between a bid and an ask? And then you just learn as you go. So like, I would just say just start or maybe you do like paper trading. Do paper trading. That's a huge thing that a lot of people like to do. Yeah, so Oval Cash, are you really giving away iPhone 8s? Or are you just spamming? Apple should buy it since their self-driving car never took off. Yeah. That would be a huge acquisition if Apple bought Tesla. I just wonder what their valuation would be because, yeah. Have I been losing sleep? You'd think I have been with how much I lost the last week. But I'm just trying to go with my gut and tell myself that the market will come back. And everyone's saying on TV, it's not just the tax reform that's driving this rally. It's just companies coming out with solid earnings. So like you can't argue with the numbers. If companies are reporting growth profits, I think they're going to be fine regardless of what happens with this tax bill. I think any tax bill that gets passed, I think that they're going to be fine because they were fine before it. They're fine. They're going to be fine now. I think, yeah. Still got lots to learn, but finally opened an account, but will take 5 days still. Oh, nice, Joan. Congratulations. All right, Gingo, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Seeking Security, what's up? Thanks for coming in, by the way. I answered your question, but I forgot to say welcome. Last time you made a video freaking out and saying if the stocks go down even more, you'll sell everything and get out. Yeah. Yeah. Get out with what money you had left. You were doing the exact opposite of what you should. So, Vincent, when I last said that, that was in, when was that? When I lost that much money? Was it in June? I think. I'm a much... I think differently now than I did back in June. I'm more comfortable with losing money, and so I think that's helpful. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, obviously, but I think it's helpful when you can recognize that the market's not in a recession. Because if you freak out and you always sell when stocks go down, and then you only buy when they start coming back up, a lot of times you end up losing because you are selling at lower prices and then buying at higher prices. And so I'm trying to like go with my gut, and if I really do feel like the prices are going to go back up, I hold on, and that way I don't run into that situation where I sell and then they go back up and then I got to buy again. And so even though I said that in May or June, whatever that was, yeah, I think at that time I was also, I don't even know if I was at 100 grand yet, or I was right around there. Now I have a little bit more profit to play with, and so yeah. So he said, wait, so did I read your thing right? What money you had left, you were doing the exact opposite of what you should. I mean, yeah, I don't know, like, it's hard to say what I should do because, like I said, you can't predict the future. My return is still 300% for the year, or close to it. And so most people would say that's pretty decent. So it's hard to say. And if the market turns around in the next month, I can easily recoup what I lost. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard. It's really just tough. But I do want to go into stocks, I think, next year and do some different strategies. Where do you think, besides CNBC, where do you go to get your stock ideas? Actually, I talk to friends. Seeking Security, that's a really good one. Talking to friends, because your friends will hear about companies you don't hear about and vice versa. So it's always good to bounce ideas off of each other and learn about new stocks that way. Maybe like joining a Facebook group or something. In fact, someone was telling me I should make a Facebook group for Road to the 2 Comma Club so that we can kind of talk about stuff there. And I think that's a good idea. I might do that pretty soon. So if you guys want to do that, let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. Buffettsbooks.com is a good place to learn about stocks. Oh, that's really cool. I never heard of that. Andrew, thank you. I'm going to write that down. Buffett's Books. Yeah, I'm going to write that down. I think we have a while before anything drastic happens. It'll be huge companies like Amazon putting other companies out of business, job losses, etc. Yeah, that's tough. I wonder, yeah, that is going to have some impact, a pretty big impact. I heard CVS just bought Aetna today, or yesterday. Mr. Joseph was talking about that. He's one of the subscribers. I thought CVS would be up today, but they went down. Have you read Unshakable by Tony Robbins? I highly recommend it. I haven't read that. I'm a little leery about Tony Robbins because he's been predicting a crash for a while, and he's been dead wrong about it. And so I think part of me thinks that he's just kind of predicting stuff just to sell his books. And so I think he's got really biased opinions because he has an agenda. And so I haven't really been real keen on like taking his stock advice to heart because I really don't know if he really knows what he's talking about when it comes to stocks. He's got other really good advice though. Um, he does have really good advice about like how to motivate yourself and how to live a successful life. I think he's got really good advice there. But in terms of trading, I don't really consider him that knowledgeable about trading. But I don't know. I haven't really researched him. Started trading this year. Marvin, what's going on? Up 13 grand, but now I'm down 20 today because of the marginal loan. But I'm holding on to my stock. Oh, wait, so Marvin took a big risk starting right off the bat with margin. I didn't start trading on margin until like 4 years into my trading. And yeah, it's really risky doing margin. You gotta be really, really confident. But yeah, I think the stocks are gonna come back anyways, and so I think the stocks are gonna come back by next year. I just think 2018 is gonna be pretty solid. But what I've been doing was diversifying into other sectors. Like before, I was all tech, and now I have like Home Depot, I have JP Morgan, I have Citibank. So I have a couple banking stocks, I have General Motors, I have a couple stocks that are not 100% tech related. In fact, Home Depot, I think I made like 2 grand. I haven't checked, but I made like a couple of grand with Home Depot today. So diversifying into other sectors definitely helped me not get completely destroyed today, but I did get pretty good today because most of my money is still in stocks. I haven't watched all your videos, but do you ever do the vertical spreads? No, Joan, I haven't heard of I've heard of vertical spreads. I just don't know how they work because this is still my first year trading options, so there's still a lot of strategies I want to try next year. I heard vertical spreads were a good strategy, so I'm going to look into that and give that a try next year. I'm going to try like 2 or 3 different strategies next year. That's definitely going to be one of them. Do I recommend NVIDIA? I still like NVIDIA. They got owned pretty good today, but I don't think it was anything because of NVIDIA. I think it was just because, I think just tech stocks in general, I think what people are doing is they're moving money out of tech and putting it into other sectors to kind of diversify a bit, and they know that like banking stocks are really going to benefit, for example, from this tax bill. So I think people are doing that, but I think it's leaving a lot of tech stocks like bargain prices. Personally, that's my personal opinion. I think NVIDIA is going to be just fine. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless of what happens. They're going to keep dominating. How do you decide how far out to buy expiration dates? Well, the longer you go, the safer it is technically because you're giving yourself more time for the stock to hit that strike. And so it's a little less risky. You can still take big hits like I did today, but if I had a stock that expired next week and I went through a day like today, I would have lost way more money. And so I like to do longer expirations just because it's not as stressful. I mean, you're going to do short expiration if you're really confident something's going to go up. Like if you're buying calls, and if you're buying puts, you're going to be really confident. Like if you look at some of my recent vlogs that I updated, they're not real recent, but there was a couple days, there was like a week period or something where I got into Equifax puts, and I bought put options on Equifax when that scandal happened, and I didn't buy a long expiration because I knew I was gonna sell that thing really quick, and I think I sold it after like 4 days or something like that. I forget, but I was positive Equifax was gonna go down because of that scandal, and I got out just in time because they did go back up for some stupid reason, but yeah, but usually when I'm like long term, like Tesla, I really believe down the road they're gonna be fine, so I buy long expirations for that. Same with Apple and same with all that stuff. Facebook's doing a lot of things with VR, yeah. Well, Facebook had the Oculus Rift. I just don't think they've been selling really well. I think it's just been a really slow adoption rate for VR, but Facebook, if they can incorporate VR into like their news feeds, which is what they've been talking about doing for about a year now, and people in like VR headsets become more common, I think that's going to be pretty interesting because it'd be cool to like put on a headset and see where your friend is, like you know, let's say he's hiking a mountain in Europe or something, and you can put on a headset and like look around and feel as if you're there. I think that'd be really cool. I think that people would adopt that. Do you have any opinions on GoPro? I still like GoPro. I just don't know how well they're going to do. There's just so much competition now in every aspect of their business. Like drones, you have DJI. Like, talk about a strong opponent, right? Like, they have a strong opponent with DJI. Not only that, you have other companies making drones. So and then with their action cameras, you have other like knockoff people doing it. Plus you have smartphones that can shoot almost as good video as them. So GoPro's in a tough spot. I just think what they need to do is just make really, really good cameras and not take so long to do it, so that they can kind of be ahead of the game and be really competitive with the prices. I think that's really going to be the only way they can survive, other than, I don't know, it's tough. I mean, the camera market is very competitive. Hey, Sangeetha, is that how you pronounce your name? Thanks for coming in. I still like Micron. I mean, I don't know like everything that they do, but just based on their stock and their performance and like the market that they're in, and from hearing what like other people are saying about them on TV, I still think Micron's, a lot of people still like Micron, so I'm still in Micron just to see what happens. But I don't know as much about them as I do about like, for example, Tesla. I know like almost everything that's going on with that company. There are some companies that I'm investing in that I don't know as much. I wish I did. But Micron's one of those where I know a little bit about them, but I don't know a whole lot. But I still like them right now, just based on their past performance. Yo, Cebu Shayer, what's going on? I'm a regular on your channel, and I thought you I read that so fast. I thought you said, and I see you are bullshit. I was gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? I see you are bullish on Apple, like me. Yes, I am bullish on Apple. What are your thoughts on Apple in the short, medium run? I got a lot of calls on Apple, and I'm still getting owned. Well, what are your expirations on Apple? Because mine are all January 2019, and I'm holding on to those. I think, did I sell some last? So that last Wednesday when I lost like 30 grand that day, I did sell all my Apple calls. Like I sold 30 of them, but then I bought 20 back right away. I tried to get in at a lower price. Still the same expiration, January 2019. I still like Apple because I'm already starting to hear rumors about their next iPhone, and it looks like they're going to make some. I think they're going to give what people want, like a larger screen. I heard they just got a patent for like some sort of clear display on the back of their phones that has something to do with AR. I think if Apple can kind of get a stronghold on the augmented reality with their phones and like be ahead of everybody else, I think Apple's going to be just fine. I think Apple's going to actually grow even faster, because I don't think anyone's really tapped augmented reality yet. Like, really the only thing we have with augmented reality is like the IKEA app, where you can like put furniture in your house, like virtual furniture, which is pretty cool. And then Pokemon Go, obviously. But I think when AR starts getting bigger, and like if iPhone is the best phone for AR, and people use that as like a big reason to buy their phones, dude, I think Apple's going to be killing it. Like, I think Apple's going to be killing it. Okay, most of your expirations for September 2018. That's not too bad, as long as your strike isn't too high. Like, if you have anything over like 210, 220, I might consider getting out of that, just because I don't know if Apple can hit that by then. But it depends on what Apple can do. I forget what Apple did today. They were like up for a while. I'm not sure if they finished up for the day or not. But I do think Apple can hit there. It's just going to be, it's going to be tough. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a loss on my call. If I think the strike is too high, I'll just take a loss on it, and I'll buy a new call like at a lower strike, even if I can't buy as many calls. I'd rather take a profit than take a loss. So like, sometimes I'll sell a call at a loss just to buy at a lower strike to make myself feel better that the strike will get hit. Seeking, everyone tells me to skip my videos. I know, dude, I'm really sorry. Like, I've been trying to catch up. I was actually over 3 months behind at one point. Now I'm almost at 2 months behind, so I am catching up. The main reason it's slow for me is because, like, today, the last 2 days I was working in the yard because the last lawn pickup was today, so I had to get all the yard raked, mow the grass, and then it took me like from yesterday to today to do it, just because there was leaves everywhere. Then I had to tutor all day, so I really haven't been home. Like, I hadn't had time to edit the entire day, and I'm doing this live stream, but I wanted to do like a 30 to 45 minute live stream before I started editing. But dude, I will get current, and trust me, there is value. There is value in the videos that are even a couple months old, because If it's a news headline that you haven't heard about yet, you could still get some good value out of it, and that's why I don't want to cut them out yet. But if I ever do fall behind again like that much, I think I will do that. But yeah, I'm going to catch up. My videos, you'll see a lot of them are shorter, and that's because I purposely film short videos now so that I could get caught up. It's just been difficult because I still have to work. I don't hardly make any money with YouTube yet, so I still have to work. I still got to pay my bills. It's just hard. Like, one day I'll be doing this 100% full time, and then I'll always be current because this will be my only job. But until then, it's just going to be a little bit of a struggle to keep up. But I'm going to try my best. I promise you. I promise you. That's like my resolution. I believe in a previous video you mentioned you worked in the education space. Yeah. Is there any publicly traded education companies you recommend? That's a good question. I actually am not, like, I used to be a full-time high school teacher, but I'm not anymore. Like, I tutor now. So I really haven't been paying attention much in terms of education. But believe it or not, Apple is very prevalent in education. A couple of students that I tutor, they don't use textbooks anymore. They use an iPad. So like the school orders a bunch of iPads, and they give them to every single student. So every student gets an iPad. I wish I had one. Like when I was in high school, I haven't. My girlfriend has an iPad, and but this is what the kids use now. So like they open it up, and this is dead, but but like they do their assignments on it. Like they have like a little stylus. They do all their homework on the iPad, and they submit it through the iPad like to the teacher. Everything's done on the iPad now. It's awesome. And I think as more schools adopt that, I think Apple will benefit a lot more from that. I don't know about other companies that are strictly education. Like I know there's Kaplan, like I don't know. There's companies who like make the books, but I don't know. I don't really know about that. So sorry, yeah. Yeah, Marvin, what's your opinion on today's market? That's kind of what I wanted you guys to answer also, what your opinion is on today's market. I think it's more of a correction right now. I think it's just kind of uncertainty. I think once the bill gets passed and everyone knows what's in it and they can adapt to it how they need to, I think stocks will start to kind of get their momentum again. Everyone's saying the companies are just doing well. Their earnings are solid, and that's why the rallies are happening. It's not just based on the tax plan, and I think once all this stuff goes like just passes and we can like breathe again, I think yeah, it'll be better. I just hired a video editor on Upwork. You should check it out. Have I heard of Upwork? Is it kind of like an outsourcing site, like just to find like Fiverr kind of, or like Odesk or something? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I was trying to see if one of my friends who's a video editor could help me, but he's really busy too, so I was gonna pay him. Why? Yeah, don't skip. It's a journey. Yeah, I mean, I do. There are some cool things like in the vlog, and like I said, every now and then there's a little nugget, like a piece of information that I completely forgot about, and I watch the vlog over again. I'm like, oh crap, I should get into this company. And I think even if it's 2 months behind, you could still get in on a company like way in advance. In fact, even if you just started my channel in January, I was talking about Universal Display. I still like Universal Display. So even if you've never been in Universal Display yet, and you got in based on a video I made 9 months ago, I think there's value to that. As long as there's a lot of information in each one, not all of it's relevant, but every now and then there's some good little nuggets in there. Oh, you know what I am gonna do? Seeking Security, you'll like this. Once I get caught up, what I'm gonna do is every Friday, I'm not gonna film a vlog, I'm gonna do a live stream. So I had this idea a couple weeks ago, and I decided every Friday will be a live stream. It won't be a vlog, it'll be a live stream. That way I don't have to edit at all. I can just upload right as soon as I'm done, and that'll save me a whole day of editing. That'll save me hours of editing, however, depending on what I film, but I'm just not gonna film that day. I'll start the live stream right when the market closes, so I can show you guys how we did, which is what I do anyways, and I can do that, answer some questions, talk to you guys, and then Friday, it'll kind of be like Philip DeFranco. I'm surprised I haven't thought about this before, but yeah, I think that'll just catch me up way quicker, and there'll be like almost no chance of me falling behind, because there'll be no editing for Friday videos. And so once I get caught up, yeah, Friday videos will all be live streams, and I think that'll be cool. I think that'll help keep me from going crazy. But yeah, if there are any short videos, right, like where it's like 2 minutes long, I'll put them together with another day and just consolidate it. But yeah. Vincent, that's a good idea though. I'm gonna look into that because if I can't get caught up with before if I can't get caught up before this month is over, and I'm like, at least if I'm still over a month behind, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I need to get some help. Hey Benjamin, what's up, man? Welcome, Benjamin Levy in the house. How much are you up this year, Benjamin? I know you've been investing a lot. That would be great. I don't know how much your audience cares about that. No, trust me, if I didn't do any editing in my videos, you would be like considerably more bored. Like I do cut out a lot of little like long pauses that just it adds up and makes the video so long. I just make sure to cut it out because I don't want to waste your time. Because if I didn't edit the video, man, you guys would be watching way more minutes of footage that you just don't need to be watching. And so I do that to kind of just condense them and save everybody a lot of time because it's just, yeah. I feel like I owe you that much. But yeah, I'm trying to get better at not spending too much time on the editing. Oh, you just learned about dividend reinvestment, Joan. Awesome. From your video. So definitely lots of good material, even if it's past. Thank you. Yeah, so the video I uploaded in March when I was in Montana, I talked about dividend reinvestment. And so that's a good video to leave in, even though I was behind on that one. I talked about how to get into dividend reinvestment, what it is, what it does, why it's a good idea. And yeah, so I'm glad you got some good info from that. Oh wow, you're up 37% in 4 months. Dude, you're killing it, man. Thanks for sharing that with us. That is amazing. What are some of your favorite stocks, Benjamin, like that you're in right now? I mean, I have my favorite, but today I got killed by all of them. So I think Apple was probably the one that hurt me the least. Nvidia and Universal Display, which are some of my favorite companies, I got completely owned with them today. In fact, I was going to look at the stock prices on this iPad, but it's dead, so I don't know. Okay. So dividend captures, what exactly? Does it just mean like you're just holding on to the stock because it pays dividends? Or is there something else that means? Nice. That is really good, dude. 5% in 2 weeks. Yeah, Alibaba. I like Alibaba. I think they got hurt today too, though. I forget. Home Depot did really well. I got into Home Depot basically for just because as the population grows, people need places to live, and Home Depot is like, in America at least, it's like the #1 place to get home improvement stuff. And so that's kind of why I bought Home Depot. Plus with the hurricanes, people need more supplies and stuff, and that's kind of what really made me get it. But I've been wanting to get into Home Depot for a long time. In fact, I think earlier this year I bought Home Depot stock, and then I sold it because I was like, well, I might as well just get options if I'm going to get stocks. I buy stocks the day before that are reporting the X dividends. Okay, the next day, and then I sell if minor loss but recover from dividends. Okay. So reporting their next dividends, you mean? Like the next date that they're going to pay dividends or something? Yeah, because how long can you own a stock like to qualify to get dividends? I forget how that worked. Because I know they pay every 3 months. You don't have to own the stock for that full 3 months to get dividends. You could, as long as you buy the day before, okay, that's a good idea then. Yeah, so if they're paying dividends on like the 1st of the next month and you buy on the 30th the prior month and you can just get dividends right off the bat, that's definitely a really good strategy. I love dividends, dude. They're awesome. In fact, when I hit 1 million or maybe 2, I'm gonna probably keep 1 million just in stocks so that I can live off the dividends, and that money I'll just live off of, and then just invest the rest. That's like the dream. You're in Canada, so cannabis stocks are popular here. Yeah, I bet, because I bet you're probably way more progressive than we are on cannabis. We're trying to get there. But our current administration, I don't think anyone likes cannabis really, except for maybe some Democrats. You know what's funny? I did buy one put option on Apple, and I think that was like the one stock that like did okay today. So what I was thinking about doing, and this is what I was going to mention, one of my strategies I might do next year is like moving maybe like 40% of my money into stocks, and then as a protection, buying like one put option for each of those companies that I have stocks in, just to kind of protect against if the stock goes down. And then with the rest of the money, just do call options like I've been doing. I think that's the strategy I might start with for next year. Although there's vertical spreads that people have been talking about, I do want to give that a try because I've never done that before. And I've never tried it. So I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be doing 100% call options next year. I don't know. It's going to get really, really stressful because assuming I can make more money, like as my balance grows, my bad days are going to grow also. And so I kind of got a glimpse of that last Wednesday when I lost 30 grand. I mean, if you imagine if my balance was double what it was, I would have lost 60 grand on Wednesday. That's a shit ton of money to lose in one day. I don't know how those millionaires do it. They said Mark Zuckerberg lost like 2.5 billion that day. I can't even imagine, dude. Can you imagine losing $2 billion in a day? I mean, for them, that's still a lot of money, but like, Jesus. Oh, enjoyed your stream with Scribner. Thanks. Yeah, I was watching the stream, and I wish I had my tripod set higher, and I wish I was like looking at the camera more. I was kind of looking at the comments a lot, and it looked like I wasn't paying attention. But I think it was a lot of fun. I think it went well. Do you gamble at casinos? Actually, not really, because I used to play poker like all the time, but I'm a mathematically thinking person. In fact, my degree is in mathematics, and so I never like casinos because I always know that the odds are against you, and so I like never go to casinos because I know I'm not going to win money. In the long run, I know I'm not. So I played poker because I know you can win money in the long run with poker if you're good enough, but no, I don't like to gamble on like pure chance. Because you're not going to win. What's the most interesting strategy, if at all, have you implemented since starting the options trading? I mean, as far as interesting, I just think doing out of the money call options because I made the most money that way. I've done covered calls where I own the stock. I bought 100 shares of Apple and then I sold a call option to somebody, collected the premium, and it kind of bit me in the butt the first time because I think I did it right before earnings, and then Apple had a good earnings report and their stock jumped, and so dude ended up buying my shares. So it was a learning experience though, so I'm glad I did that because I learned. But I did have a couple successful calls where I sold, I think with NVIDIA and Apple, I think I sold a call and it expired worthless, so I got to keep the premium and my shares. So I think I'm going to try that more next year, but I mean the returns are not as much as if you just own calls, but like it's a little more safe, I guess. So okay, I'm going to wrap this up in probably like 3 minutes. So like if you guys want to ask any more last questions, I just wanted to talk to you guys and see what you guys thought about the market and what do you guys think is going to happen. So if anyone's new and hasn't answered this question yet, what do you think is going to happen like do you think December is going to be like, do you think we'll be okay at the end of December, or do you think like we're due for like a huge crash? I don't know. What do you guys think about what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 months? Okay, so as a beginner, buy to open, then sell to close is what the ideal strat. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So like when I buy an option, I'm opening my position, so I buy to open, and then when I want to get rid of it, I sell to close. So that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do right now. When I sold the covered call, I had to sell to open because I was selling it to open the position, and then one time I had to buy it back, so I bought to close to close that position. Or you could let it expire. If you're selling it to someone else and it's going to expire worthless, you just don't do anything, and then it expires. But yeah, if you're buying calls, then you're buying to open. Same with puts. You can buy to open puts as well. Stock options are great, but don't forget many ETFs have options and they are inherently diversified. Yeah, I have made 74% on the SPY and 150% on ITB last week and today. Oh, and the VIX is the shit. So you like the VIX? Like that's the volatility index, right? You can buy options on that? Because I didn't know that. I'm still learning. I didn't know you could buy options on ETFs as well. That's cool. Yeah, I know Spider is like the tech ETF. I like Microsoft. I still like Microsoft. I think, weren't they? No, that's Intel that was teaming up with AMD. But I don't know. I still like Microsoft. I don't think anybody really knows. Yeah, I think. Well, like I said, I think the companies are still doing very well fundamentally. Like their earnings are solid, so that's why I think December will be slow. Yeah, I think December, like Benjamin said, I think December is just going to be slow, but I think it'll pick up. Because if you think about what happened this year, at the beginning of January, a ton of stocks like killed it. Like Facebook, Tesla, Amazon, a ton of stocks killed it in January, and they just kept going. So I'm hoping if as long as December is the only slow month, like for the near future, things can pick back up in January. I'm okay with waiting it out because my calls don't expire until January of 2019 anyways, and so yeah, me too, man. I'm crossing my fingers. Yeah, I don't know if the tax thing will. I mean, if the tax thing passes, I think that'll be fine, and if it doesn't pass, I think over in the long run, I think we'll still be fine. I know like companies like Apple would really benefit because they have so much money offshore, and they could save a lot of money, I guess, by taking it back to the country at a lower tax rate. That's what they were talking about before. Yeah, the tax plan has been priced in for now. I think it has too, especially because they already passed it in the Senate. I think a lot of that buildup has been priced in, but with the NASDAQ, it's been going down, so I don't really know how to explain that. There's a lot of profit made this year in tech. Institutions are taking year-end profits. Maybe, yeah. So, George, welcome, by the way, George. Thanks for coming in. Do you think, after December, do you think people will start going back into tech? Do you think that that's what's going to happen? Yes, they were saying about the Santa Claus rally that it might happen, like, the last week of December should be pretty decent. So, yeah. Okay, so use some VIX calls. Every time the market goes crazy, my VIX goes up. Okay. I should look into that. I should be buying some VIX calls. Jeez. That probably would have helped me a lot today. By the way, the SPY is the S&P 500 ETF. Oh, so it's not the tech. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I don't know why I thought that was tech. Okay, cool, George. So you think so? Okay, cool. You don't think 2018 will be as great, but do you think it'll still be decent? Because I don't even need 2018 to be as good as 2017. I just need 2018 to not be bad, and I think we'll be okay. But I don't know. I still think, like with Tesla, I think Tesla, the next 3 years are going to be good for them. I think Universal Display, the next 3 years will be good for them because, I mean, I don't know how many of you own OLED TVs. I don't, but I think that's going to become the norm over the next 3 years. TVs are usually a slow thing to adopt because your TVs last so long. Like my TV I've had for 7 years now, and it's still kicking, so I have no reason to get a new one. But I think once people's TVs start breaking and they want to get a new one, I think, and as long as OLED prices can come down, I think OLED TVs are going to be the TV that everyone gets because the picture is just insane. And so I think Universal Display has a lot of good years ahead of them. I think they're just getting started. So that's kind of why I'm really bullish on them. Even in the next few years, I'm not really worried about them. There's other companies, yeah, I'm a little worried about, but yeah, I think OLED is just going to kill it, dude. Yeah, long term, like definitely long term. Is Apple your number one investment? I think actually right now, I think Universal Display is my number one investment. I got a lot more money in Universal Display than Apple. I think at one point I had like 40 grand in Universal Display. So whatever, like, I think it went down, so maybe like 30 grand now, I forget. But 30 out of 160 or 180, 169. I forget what I closed at today, but so a little under a fifth, a little under 20%. A little under 20% I would say is in Universal Display. Yeah, I had a lot of money, I made a lot of money with Universal Display, so I put a lot of money into that because just November I bought calls in Universal Display, and between November 1st and like November 17th I made 100% return on them. And so I put like 20 grand and it like bumped up to 40, and then I ended up selling when I took that hit, but I sold like at 35, so I still made like 150% or 150% return or something like that. How do you know when a stock is overpriced? That's really like a subjective question. Thanks, man. Yeah, dope companies doing dope shit. That's what OLED is doing. Um, yeah, I think overpriced, a lot of people will just go off the price to earnings ratio. That's how they determine if a stock is overpriced. But there's some companies that don't really follow that price. Like they're saying like Amazon, for example, has like a high price per earnings ratio, but they still go up. And like then you have Facebook with a lower price per earnings ratio. So some people think Facebook is really cheap still, and some people think Amazon's really expensive. But other than today, like Amazon's been doing really well regardless. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of a subjective opinion. But if you're going strictly on numbers, like the price per earnings ratio is a good indicator to see if a stock is overpriced or not. But a lot of it is still speculation. Like if you look at Tesla, probably one of the most overpriced stocks ever, but they still go up. And so why do they go up? It's because people are anticipating what they're gonna do in the future, and that's why they buy the stock. So not every stock follows that textbook pattern of being overpriced or not. So yeah, I think Universal Display is just getting started, so I still think they're cheap because like OLED TVs haven't even really taken off yet, and same with OLED screens on phones. They're just getting started. Are you still adding your own money to your account? I haven't made a deposit since 2012. I just haven't had enough money to put in. I've been struggling paying bills every freaking month, so I've just been using the money that I put in when I first started. But I do plan on paying off all my debt soon and like starting to put more money in. I do want to do that, like hopefully by next year. So Universal has so Universal displays 100 PE multiple. That's pretty high, but yeah, I don't know. I still think Universal Display is going to kill it next year. So no matter what their PE number is, I still think they're going to be fine. Yeah. Oh, GoDog, did you just get here? Because I got killed the last week with my tech stocks. Lost 30 grand on Wednesday. Last Wednesday, lost like 12 today. It's not been good. But I've been doing well with Home Depot and JP Morgan, Citibank. Those have been kind of saving my butt a little bit. Yeah, PE only applies to blue chips and value stocks. Yeah, like there's some stocks that follow the PE thing, and that's why investors buy them. But there's some stocks people don't even consider it, like at all. So how do you know when not to buy based on valuation? I just go on my gut instinct. If I think a company is kind of like just lulling by and they're not doing anything really cool, like they don't have anything cool lined up for the future, that's when I'll consider not owning a stock. Like I sold Tesla after the Model 3 unveiling last year, and there was a good period of time where I didn't own Tesla at all, and then I finally bought back into them this year. So like I kind of just follow what's going on. If they don't have anything exciting coming up, is usually like a time where I'll consider not owning it. But yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, hopefully you do, man. Seriously, I hope you can grow your account. I sold some tech positions last week, but then I bought in at a little bit lower prices, and I'm already regretting it. So yeah, I buy based on companies I think are cool, like dope companies doing dope shit. That's the companies I pick. So if I think they're doing some cool stuff, then I'll buy it. Do you automatically buy more call options as stocks sink? I mean, if I had a lot more money, I probably would have been doing that. But I don't have any extra money right now to buy more, so I've just been holding a lot. And yeah. One warning about the VIX. If the market is going up good with no drops, then the VIX will eat all your money due to time decay. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the VIX is definitely a risky thing because you want to get in it at a good time. And I think now is a good time just because of all the uncertainty. But in a perfect world, you shouldn't want to invest in that because you want the market to just keep going up. Told you to go hard on those bank stocks. You were right, dude. I did on Wednesday, I think. I don't know. Last week, I got into JP Morgan, and I'm also in Citigroup. And I've been making money with those, and so yeah, I've definitely took those considerations to heart because yeah, and I feel like just diversifying in different sectors has been helping me a little bit, not being only in tech. Really risky with that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it there. It's been about 55 minutes. I got a film still for today's vlog, and for those of you who just got in, I was telling you guys that when I catch up gonna just do live streams on Friday instead of filming a regular vlog, so that way I can stay caught up and it'll be easier for me to stay current. So as soon as I catch up, I'm gonna be doing live streams every Friday, right when the market closes. So 3 p.m. Chicago time, so Central time. Maybe by the end of this month is when I'll start doing live streams every Friday. Just to show you how, like right when the market closes, I'll show you how we did. Yeah, I wrote it down. Upwork. Thank you. I'm gonna definitely, if I have like a busy week lined up or something and I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of editing done, I'm gonna try to find somebody that can help me edit my videos. Tech's getting a big, okay, GoDog, before I leave, because you just got here, I think. GoDog, Tech is getting a big correction. Do you think it's a correction, or do you think they'll go up in the next month or two? Or do you think like we're kind of screwed with Tech? Like, or do you think Tech still has some room to go up? I can handle a correction. I just don't want it to be like a crash, recession, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want that. So before I go, I wanted to get your, since you just got in, the January effect. Well, I know about the January effect, but this January 2017 was amazing. So I don't know if the January effect always comes into play, because the stocks that I was following this year killed it in January, especially Tesla. They had like a phenomenal run in January. Same with Facebook and I think Amazon. Facebook and Amazon crushed it in January of this year. Thanks, dude. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Well, GoDog, you'll have to comment on one of my videos because I didn't really hear your response, but comment on my video, one of my latest videos, what you think will happen in the next 2 months with stock. Okay, oh, here you go. Not till the end of the year, big institutional are moving their money to retail. Okay, so you think they will come back eventually, so that's good. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just moving money around right now just because of what's going on, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't lose any more money this week. I am going to consider selling some stuff if I don't know. I have a limit. If I hit I'm still over 100K profit for the year. Once I hit 100K profit, if I start dipping below that, I think I'm going to switch my strategy. Even if the year is not over yet, I'm going to start going into stocks. I'm just going to try to limit my losses. But right now we're still up over 100K profit for the year, so I'm hoping that we can just stay above that. I'm not being greedy because we were way higher last week, but I'm not really, I just want to stay above 100. Not being greedy, right? Yes, save money to pay your income taxes. Yeah, so definitely got to do that. Yeah, Home Depot crushed it today. I'm so glad I had calls on Home Depot. Tech's overpriced now. Okay, maybe I'll buy some puts on my tech stocks just as like a hedge, and then once it goes down I can get some more calls or something. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Do banks do well when Bitcoin doesn't? I'm not sure. Yeah, the new tax plan isn't really going to help tech much. They're saying they pay the lowest effective tax rate right now of all the other sectors. No more than 2% loss in any one position. I mean, I've taken way more than that on a lot of them. But maybe that's for stocks. Is that what you're talking about? Because with options, you could lose 20% in one day. So I don't know if you're talking about... I don't know if you're talking about stocks or options, because, yeah, options are really crazy. 2%... If I lose 2% on an option in a day, I don't sweat it, because that's, like, not that much. So I don't know if you're talking about stocks, but, yeah, 2%... Yeah, you don't want to do that, I guess. Yeah, so, okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I got to get going. I got to film before the market refreshes all the numbers and I can't see it anymore. I want to see how we did today. Thank you guys for coming in. We had a lot of people. I think it was probably like the biggest stream we've done. So, oh, total account. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely lost like 18% or something on Wednesday. Last Wednesday was pretty bad. Wait till you see the video. You might throw up. So definitely don't eat a big dinner before you watch that video. So it's last Wednesday's video. You want me to post this live? It's like, I was just doing this as like a talking, I guess I could post it. All right, yeah, I'll post it, sure. Okay, it's a long one, it's an hour, so I'll post it just for you. All right, so I'm gonna post it just for you. So thank you guys for coming in. I'll talk to you guys, I'll do a live stream next week. So yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much. See you around. Good luck in the markets. Good luck, everybody. Seriously.